because I believe in the next 30 to 120 days, there is a danger, a very high probability that a U.S. airliner will come down because of one of these bombers. And so we've got to go to more than just the normal process that they're talking about now. We have got to go to very, very strict screening, and we have to use profiling. And I mean be very serious and harsh about the profiling. If you are an 18 to 28-year-old Muslim man, then you should be strip searched. And if we don't do that, there's a very high probability we're going to lose an airliner.
That's a bit strong, though. I mean, racial profiling, first of all, is extremely controversial, and it would be essentially singling out people because of a religious group, because of an ethical background. That's just not going to go over. I mean, not in this country,
Julie,
anyway.
I agree. That's the problem. But if you lose 300 Americans, and then people are going to say, why didn't we do this? The fact is, if that group doesn't like it, then what are they doing to stop this jihad against the West? What is Saudi Arabia, the holy cities of Mecca and Medina, why aren't they putting out a fatwa that says this jihad against the West is an unholy war? So they haven't carried their role in this particular problem, challenge we're meeting.
I mean, God forbid we actually did that, okay? And we actually did profile every Muslim that tries to enter this country within a certain age group. That would just, I would imagine, generate more violence and hatred toward the West. And what we're trying to do, or at least, my God, I hope we're trying to do, is make peace with those who hate our country. Obviously, diplomatically, that's not working. You know, the president says that he is making it a priority to strengthen our partnership with the Yemeni government to work together and strike al-Qaeda terrorists. Let's talk about what we can do realistically here, okay? We're literally throwing money at the problem. We've doubled our aid this year to $67 million. The president just approved the release of Gitmo detainees back to Yemen, who are very likely to rejoin terror cells there. President Bush did it 2 years ago, and, well, they joined al-Qaeda leadership. So we're repeating the mistakes of the past. Let's try to correct the mistakes of the past, not make the same ones. Racial profiling, not necessarily, I don't think, a solution, but then again, I'm not a government official.
Yeah, well, first of all, it's not racial profiling. It is profiling just like the Israelis do. Let's use the same procedures that the Israelis do in El Al. Let's not let those 91 Gitmo prisoners, Yemenis, that are supposed to go back to Yemen, let's not release them. Right. As you pointed out, 2 are now the leaders over there. Yep. Last month, in December of 2009, they released 6 more. Will they become new leaders? So there are a number of things that we can do. I do not want a racial profile. I want to profile on that group that we have enough evidence from 9/11 and other cases, Musawi, etc., that we know what we're looking at. They are using an ideology, not a religion. That's certainly not a religion that says you can kill innocent people, Julie. This is an ideology. We need to challenge that. If we continue to become politically correct, then we're going to have a disaster. And that's all I want our viewers to understand. We are looking at an imminent disaster if we don't take some very harsh and very realistic decisions, just like, as I say, the Israelis do, and they've been extremely successful with El Al.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Tom McInerney, Lieutenant General. Thank you very much for coming on. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Julie.